Hello and welcome back, everyone. It's that time of year where a lot of people are planting one of the most popular fruits out there, and that is the lovely tomato. Now, behind me is where we plant all our tomatoes for the year, and every single one of them behind me, minus Prairie Fire right here, is an indeterminate. I'll tell you what that means here in a second. But when you're looking to pick a tomato, there are many out there, from heirloom varieties like I have behind me to more common varieties. With that said, a lot of stuff you find in the store does have some taste to it, but it was bred for shipping. So it's a little bit harder skinned, so it gets less bruised in the shipping process. But let's say you're at a nursery, heirloom or not, there are a few varieties of tomatoes you should think about. And since I brought up indeterminate, we'll go ahead and talk about those first. Now, indeterminate means it's vining. You typically get a bunch of tomatoes in one big batch in the beginning, and then you'll get some throughout the whole year till frost. We have a black tomato over there. It's a nice little cherry that will put out straight to the frost. It also means they will keep growing to the frost. Like that little black cherry heirloom tomato we have, great for an arbor, and you get little clusters of grapes throughout the whole year. It's wonderful. Now, the next variety to consider, depending what you're looking for, is your determinants. Now, determinants, if it's not vining, it means it's a bush. And those tomatoes only grow so big, they set their fruit, and then they're done for the year. There's also dwarfs, or like my personal favorite, Prairie Fire. It's a semi-determinate. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's not a bush. It's not vining per se, but it gets about 3 feet tall and a semi-determinate. Much like indeterminates, they'll give you tomatoes throughout the whole year, one big bushel in the beginning, and then some smaller batches of tomatoes right up till frost. The only thing about this one, though, it stays about 3, maybe 4 feet tall. Now, planting your tomatoes are easy. Whether you buy a big ready to go tomato, or what I recommend is with any plant, whether it be vegetables, fruits, flowers, get something smaller. That way, establishes better in your garden. But tomatoes, I'll show you in a close-up shot here. If you pinch off these little stems on the side, you plant it as deep as possible. This whole main stem, you can get roots from. What does that mean? It means more nutrients and more water, which gives your tomato enough energy to supplement you with more tomatoes, more growth, and it can support it. Now, you may have seen the method where people lay it sideways and stick it up. That is not a bad method. However, the only reason I don't like doing that is the roots are very shallow. And doing that means, guess what? Your tomatoes dry out a lot faster. It's not getting enough water to support the fruit production. So you can do that. It's not my personal favorite, and that is why. Now, let's go ahead and I'll show you how I take care of my tomatoes. It's super simple. You don't have to overthink it. And these couple simple steps will help your tomatoes produce a lot better. We have our lovely Prairie Fire plant here, and we want to plant it as deep as possible. So if you get a tomato plant, the first thing you can do to help it out is pinch off all these side shoots. It's not going to hurt it. Pinch it between your thumb and forefinger, and that's all you have to do. I wouldn't plant it in the ground. It helps with disease resistance. Now look at this, everyone. You have this little shoot right here between a side shoot and the main stem. That's what is called a sucker. You could leave it. It doesn't hurt anything. But one reason to remove that is to help your tomato plant put energy into tomato production and growth. So all you have to do, like we did with the side shoots, take your thumb and forefinger and just pinch it right out. If you don't want to do that, go ahead, use a nice pair of snips, and you can prick it right out. And like I said, doing so will allow your tomato plant to put all the energy that it has into its growth and in tomato production, which who doesn't enjoy more and more tomatoes? As everyone can see, this is about 4 inches deep of tomato root. But if we plant it deeper, all this will become roots. And that's what we're trying to accomplish here. So you got 4 feet, probably another, 4 feet, that'd be awful lot. 4 inches on top of probably another 4 to 6 inches. We're gonna get all nice root growth from here. And that will give us, or give our tomato plants a better chance at giving us more tomatoes and surviving with more oxygen, more water and food. Sorry, I got distracted by this nice little rock here. It looks like a little mica. Haven't seen this before. I might have to leave this in the garden. Make it be like a little treasure hunt so we can find it. That's really cool, isn't it? But look at that. This will be growing about 3-4 feet high. And it'll have the root system to support it because we planted it nice and deep. Well, that's it, everyone. Go ahead, get your tomatoes planted. Plant them nice and deep so they can get the nutrients and water they deserve through a nice established root system, which will give you more delicious tomatoes for this growing season. Because I know we're going to definitely get some delicious tomatoes here. And hopefully Archibald the owl here keeps a special eye on this tomato bed. Keep all the little critters and stuff out of here. Thanks for watching, everyone. And until next time, bye-bye.